Dies mar Eve agus fáilte roimh go léir a rís de lockdown Ella le Matt and Michael. Welcome to another lockdown, the St. Patrick's Week lockdown. We hope you're going to celebrate the national holiday some way or another, and we'll try in our own small way to help. I was looking for a suitable poem in my old school readers, and I came across this one. Some of you might remember it. The Paschal Fire of St. Patrick by Dennis Florence McCarthy. He's now long forgotten, but he was one of the best known Irish poets of the 19th century. A Dublin writer, he died in 1882. He wrote lots of poetry, and he also translated some classic Spanish poetry as well. The Paschal Fire of Patrick by Dennis Florence McCarthy. On Tara's hill the daylight dies, on Tara's plain 'tis dead. Till Baal's enkindled fire shall rise, no fire must flame instead. 'Tis thus the king commanding speaks, commands and speaks in vain. For lo, a fire defiant breaks from out the woods of slain. For there in prayer is Patrick bent, with Christ his soul is knit, and there before his simple tent the Paschal fire is lit. What means this flame that through the night illumines all the vale? What rebel hand a fire dare light before the fires of Baal? O King, when Baal's dark reign is o'er, when thou thyself art gone, this fire will light the Irish shore and lead its people on. Will lead them on full many a night through which they're doomed to go, like that which led the Israelite from bondage and from woe. This fire, this sacred fire of God, young hearts shall bear afar, to lands no human foot has trod beneath the western star. To lands where fate's bright flag unfurled by those who here have knelt, shall give unto a newer world the sceptre of the Celt.
Greetings to everybody. It's that time of the year again when we remember our patron saint, St. Patrick. And just over my shoulder you will see a very faded version of the great man, which work of art I did myself as a child. Somebody found it in the family circle and rescued it from the skip. And here it is, and the tricolour, and I'd like to sing you Hail Glorious St. Patrick. Hail glorious St. Patrick, dear saint of our isle, on us thy poor children bestow us great smile. And now thou art high in thy mansions above, on Erin's green valleys look down in thy love. On Erin's green valleys, on Erin's green valleys, on Erin's green valleys, look down in thy love. Hail glorious St. Patrick, thy words were once strong against Satan's wiles, and a heretic throng. Not less is thy might, where in heaven thou art. O come to our aid, in our battle take part. O come to our aid, O come to our aid, O come to our aid, in our battle take part. Ever bless and defend the dear sweet land of our birth, where the shamrock still blooms as when thou wert on earth, and our hearts shall yet burn wheresoever we roam, for God and Saint Patrick and our native home. For God and Saint Patrick, for God and Saint Patrick, for God and Saint Patrick, and our native home. For God and Saint Patrick, for God and Saint Patrick, for God and Saint Patrick, and our native home. Now, I hope you enjoyed that little tribute. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. And here's a poem of mine with a St. Patrick's theme. Well, sort of. In fact, it's only one verse from a poem of mine about the stained glass windows in St. Patrick's Church, Trim. This is about the great St. Patrick window by Meyer of Munich, which was installed in 1902. I love a couple of things in this window. How the designer included many of the great treasures of Irish art. Not made, of course, until long after St. Patrick, but that's not the point. The window was installed at the height of the Gaelic revival, and they were anxious to point out the wealth of Irish culture and workmanship in past centuries. So we have the Tara brooch and the Arda chalice there, or is that the Sam Maguire cup? I like as well the Druids crouched on the right, plotting their survival, and the High King and his two daughters wondering how to deal with this new interloper. Tara's uncertain Druids plot on the margins to secure their survival. Festival flames awaiting the king's verdict. History in the balance. The High King, knowing the people's fickle faith, pretends to pause on the verge of surrender to the latest foreign zealots. Matt, do you hear that? I think the daft Raft Race is just about to start. So if you'll excuse us for a moment, we'll go and watch the daft Raft Race. See you later.
a morning spring, in the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world is bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, they steal your heart away. When Irish eyes are smiling, just like a morning spring, in the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world is bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, they steal your heart away. When Irish eyes are smiling, just like a morning spring, in the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world is bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, they steal your heart away. Thank you.
Thanks again, Matt. And now we have Matt's son, David Gilsonan, and his Irish-Swiss music group, Scéalta, with a tune for the week that's in it. The tune is called The Trip to Trim. I'm sure David and his band would love a trip to Trim at the moment, just like we here in Trim would love a trip anywhere. This tune was recorded at a session in Bergdorf, Switzerland. I know you'll enjoy it. Thank you, David, and thanks to Skeelta. And that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the music, the songs, and the poetry. Oh, Matt, do you hear that? The parade is starting. Are you ready? We better rush. Take care, everyone. See you next week and enjoy the parade.
Chega, el capitán, dos capitán sempre,